Hey, you guys, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, bringing you the latest and trending topics. And I vlog my life, and I look a mess today, you guys. I'm just waking up, trying to get ready for the day. But I appreciate you guys joining me. And today we're going to go over some trending topics. I have a few random topics that I ran across on Instagram, and I wanted to share it with my Naughty crew. But before we get into today's content, please remember to hit that like, subscribe, and that bell button so that you could be notified when I update content to my channel. And shout out to all my new subs. We're about 99 away from a 1K sub, so I appreciate all the support thus far. We're almost to 300,000 views on the channel, so I'm just so excited about the growth of the channel, and I just appreciate all the support that I've been given thus far. But keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. The more we grow, the more access we have, and we'll begin to have giveaways and things like that, different incentives as we grow the channel. So let's jump into it, you guys. So first, things are going on in Real Housewives of Potomac. There's accusations of colorism. There's also being false accusations against Chris being said. And I like the shade of Bravo this year. Like, the ladies are saying things, but Bravo is flashing scenes of showing the proof. And I love it. But up first, Chris. Candace's husband, he spoke out in regards to the accusations. So let's see what he has to say.
And if you're vocal on that, you have no problem holding back how you feel. So when you open the door and there's nobody in there, and you know that you have this feeling, this thing that you don't like, why didn't you say in that very moment, the second you open the door, oh, there's nobody in here. Hey, you know what? There's nobody here. I don't really feel comfortable talking about this. Can we do this another time? I mean, you asked me to leave to go check and see if they were in. I left immediately then. So I don't know why. Why would you just say no right then? That's where I'm hung up on. Like, this is an issue that you have, a feeling that you have that I don't know about. Much like I have never told you I'm very uncomfortable with you talking about my penis every season. But you do it. But I've never said anything. So I can't be mad at it because I've never said anything. I'm not going to ask her for an apology. I've never said anything. Never said anything. But again, if you really felt that way, like, you said something to Robin that night. That's what you said. So why didn't you call Candace the next day, the next week, 2 weeks later, a month later? Why did you wait 5 months until there was a camera rolling to say that? Why? Everybody talks. I'm not talking about that either, but whatever.
So there you have it, Naughty Crew. That is his perspective. For those of you who don't know, who don't watch Potomac, Giselle, one of the Green Line Bandits, tried to say that Chris wanted to talk to her in a room alone, and she felt uncomfortable, but she waited 5 months until they were filming to bring it up, which I think this is whack as hell on Giselle's part because she's thirsty for a storyline. She don't have no business of her own, so she's going to tear apart. And she does this every season. They go for people's marriages, and I think it's real corny on their part that they do this. But it's because she has lack of a storyline. And Chris is right. Giselle brings up his man parts, okay, on a regular basis. And isn't that some form of harassment? Like, because if the tables were turned, it'll be all type of accusations flying, and Chris will be the bad guy. But when it's done to a man in reverse, it's downplayed. So that's just corny. I'm glad he spoke up about this, but I ain't believe Giselle. I ain't believe Giselle at all. I thought she was full of it. All right, so up next we have Ashley. So let's jump into it. She's addressing the colorism.
First and foremost, I am not a colorist. I know everyone wants to deem me that. They want to make all these accusations about me because of my own skin tone, but I don't claim that because that's not me. I feel like people forget that I have had issues or disagreements with every single woman on the show for whatever reason, for whatever thing that we disagreed upon at some point in time, irrespective of the hue of her skin. So I always start at 100 with people until you give me a reason to take it down. All right. That is all that has transpired. And I still care about the women on this show. And I hope that everyone, including them, knows that nothing that I will ever feel about you is because of your color of your skin. First and foremost.
Okay. So I never felt like Ashley was a colorist. She's a lot of things, but I don't think she's a colorist. I think the colorism is coming more from Giselle and Robin. Ashley is very liberal, as you all know. She's very open about her sexuality and stuff like that. That's why, like, the ladies on the show, they always going on her husband because they're both bisexual. Let's just face it, or whatever. Drop down into my comments, Naughty Crew. Let me know what you think about what Ashley is saying. Let's jump into some of these comments to see what people are saying. So Lardarbo says she has literally came at Karen and Sharice the same way she comes at Candace. She and Candace are the same person. That's why they don't get along. That is fact. And you all, if you don't remember, Ashley is she brought Candace on the show. She brought Candace on the show. She introduced her to the show. So D Ash XO says, I haven't watched the new season, but Karen, Robin, and Giselle are light skinned, and she went back and forth with them a lot. I don't know. Could be wrong. I don't think Ashley is a colorist at all. I don't think Ashley is a colorist. I think it's Giselle and Robin. That's where that behavior is coming from. And also it's the way they are treated. Now, Robin, she has gotten very aggressive and in your face with a lot of the ladies on the show, and they always covered it up and they're trying to downplay it. That's why she's upset with Wendy. Like, oh, you're not going to say I'm this aggressive person, but you are. But when it happened between Candace and Monique, the whole beef, the famous fight at the vineyard or whatever, they responded completely different. Talk about they're scared to film with Monique and things like that. But when Robin does it, it's covered up. It's hushed under the rug. There's plenty of times Karen had to get in between Robin, like literally physically get in between to try to diffuse the situation. And it is not talked about as much. But she wants to put this narrative out there like, oh, you're not going to make it seem like I'm some aggressive, angry person. But you are, Robin. Let's call a spade a spade. Jot down into my comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. So up next, unfortunately, the next story, I have the video, but it's too graphic to show for YouTube. But there's a video circulating showing a man being beaten by officers while in a jail cell and defenseless. And you see the scene here. I can't believe this behavior is still allowed to go on. Shout out to the Shade Room for dropping this footage. And shout out to Webb's Finest. He also sent me the video footage. I will share it on my Instagram story, Not a Crew, if you want to check out the full video. But it's just way too graphic. But this is a gang of officers. Oops. This is a gang of officers ganging up on an African American. So a video showing a black man being beaten by cops is making its way around social media, and people are alarmed. In the video, you can see multiple officers punching a man who has been identified as Jared Hobbs. According to Sean King, at the moment, his conditions is unknown. Where Well, keep you. Oh, so they're saying they'll keep us updated. I think this is just sad that in this day and age that we still have to deal with police brutality like this on all levels. Okay, and I feel like when people are incarcerated, a lot of these officers feel like they could take that for granted. Okay, they're doing their time, but they add punishment on top of that. The politics of it all. The officers get involved, but I think this is a real shame, and I think all these men need to lose their jobs ASAP. ASAP. It's just sad. This is like a mob mentality. This is just what the Klan used to do, and the officers have done to us for centuries, brutalizing us. So, this young brother named Jared Hobbs that I told, he was pulled over in Camden County, Georgia, which is deep in South Georgia, for speeding with a suspended driver's license. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't care what the excuse is. Nothing warrants this. Nothing's warrants this. How do you teach people not to be violent when we're facing this possibly? And if you were to fight back, it would have been it's a problem. He's defying authority, right? But what do you do when authority is not playing their position properly? What do you do when authority breaks the law? And down south, racism is alive and well. Can't nobody tell. It's throughout the world. I think racism is the biggest epidemic worldwide to date. So let's see what some of these comments say. So it's Amani says it's the fact that stuff like this probably happens every day. It's true. But this is just what we catch live in footage, right? And I just want to put a disclaimer out there here at Naughty Love Movement. I do not condone violence of any sort. I think violence doesn't solve anything at all. So this person says they literally do what the F they want, ain't even scared of the cameras anymore. Exactly. This is just sad. I'm gonna try to follow the story, Naughty Crew, to see if there's any updates that develop. And let me see, maybe because one of my Naughty Crew members sent me the footage. Let me see if it's an update. I just won't play the video. Okay, so here is an update. So, lawyers representing 41-year-old Jared Hobbs, who was seen on the video being beaten by deputies at the Camden County Detention Center in Brunswick, Georgia, are calling for a criminal investigation. The first video shows 5 deputies entering Hobbs' cell and continuously striking him on the head. His attorney says at one point, one of Hobbs' dreadlocks was ripped from his scalp. You guys, that's crazy. This video was exclusively released by YouTube channel Indisputable with Dr. Rashad Ritchie. So, according to Dr. Rashad Ritchie, Hobbs was charged with 9 counts of assault. He never received medical attention and was placed in solitary confinement for 15 additional days. Hobbs was initially arrested for driving under a suspended license and possession of a controlled substance, but both nonviolent offenses. Exactly. It's not excusing it. He shouldn't have broke the law, but they're nonviolent offenses. So Hobbs is represented by the law office of Harry M. Daniels. Daniels has asked the district attorney to be involved with the investigation. And then the sheriff's department is beginning their own internal investigation. This is just horrible. Horrible. And shout out to y'all know what for posting this footage. I will repost it on my Instagram feed. So Naughty Crew, if you guys want to come over and see, I'll have my Instagram information in the description box below. So up next, let me make sure my StreamYard is good. Okay. Up next, Mike Tyson and Holyfield have partnered on ear-shaped cannabis edible products called Holy Ears. Okay, so he has a major cannabis company. I just went to the 420 convention in New Jersey. It was the first one, and yes, he did have a display. Okay, Mike is out in these streets making his money. All right, he has his podcast going, which I think is hilarious. I think Mike is hilarious. Period. So if I was one cannabis, I wouldn't have bit his ear. Tyson. No, he's saying if he's on cannabis, he wouldn't have bit his ear. He believes in the herbal life, you guys. That's what keeps him calm. Let's jump into some of the comments to see what everyone thinks. Chris Bevan says, this is marketing gold. Absolutely. Jaleesa says, I didn't read any of it and thought this was a wholesome post. The last slide. Yes. I think it's a genius idea. I'm glad the way they're partnering up and showing, like, it was friendly competition with them back in the day, and Mike, let his emotions get the best of him in that fight. But these brothers have since forgiven each other, so I'm really happy about them partnering up. Mike Tyson is winning, you guys. He is still winning. I'm so proud of him and Holyfield, and I'm happy for them. And I'll be looking for your products, Mike. Okay. Queen Buzzy Bunny says they look like twins. I love it. I love it. I wish both these brothers the best. I love the partnership. All right. Let's do and shout out to the Shade Room for dropping this article. So Texas judge grants Megan Thee Stallion a temporary restraining order against 1501 Certified Entertainment and 300 Entertainment. So a Texas judge has backed up Megan Thee Stallion and granted her temporary restraining order after she filed legal documents against her label, which is 1501 Certified Entertainment, and her distributor 300 Entertainment. According to the docs obtained by TMZ TV, Megan claims 1501 made threatening and retaliatory moves to block her from using her own music in connection with the American Music Awards this Sunday, where she's nominated. That's sad. She's been going through it with these guys for a while, but I'm glad she took legal action and she didn't let them silence her, because that's what they want. That's what they do with the threats. They want to silence you, to put enough fear in you to where you won't say anything. And it's sad. It's like the record labels nowadays are like gangs. Okay, they're like gangs. That's why you have to be careful. I mean, God bless anybody who wants to be a rap artist, but it is a dangerous game nowadays. Look at what they're doing to this girl. So let's see what some of the comments say. So one thing Meg gonna do is get some in writing. Exactly. It makes no. You have to keep a paper trail, people. When you're going through threats and things like that, you have to make a record so that when ish hits the fan, you got that paper trail to back you up. If you don't say anything, you won't get any results. Um, with Love Chanel says good because they're bullying a whole woman instead of letting the courts handle it. Exactly. You cannot use the courts and then turn around and try to get street justice. It's just a whole contradictory. This person says they just won't let this woman be great. She got a college degree and is a successful and beautiful artist, and it's always something. Exactly. I don't like how they've been trying to drag my girl. Like the baby tried to use her to clout chase and get album sales. Epic fell, all right. But I don't understand why they trying to drag her, all right. I'm just looking forward to the court case with her and Tory Lanez so we can figure out what's going on because he is on house arrest. The little troll has been sat down by the judge. He's over it and all his antics. And Tory Lanez better watch. Look at the baby. Getting canceled everywhere. Got BOGO tickets. He better pay attention, guys. Okay. Up next, I want to talk about Escape, guys. There's some rumors going around. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talks for dropping this information. So it's getting messy. Latasha says the other Escape members didn't give her the memo on the red carpet look. Says there's more to this than people know. Candy tells her to stop putting out false narratives. Okay. So Latasha, one of the sisters, she said, still on a high from last night. So grateful to receive the Lady of Soul Award. That's right. They received the award at Soul. They were honored at Soul Train. Thank you to all of the Escape fans who supported us throughout the years. And thank you to BET for giving us our flowers. Make sure you tune in to the Soul Train Awards on November 26th to see us do our thing. Sorry, I didn't get the memo, but everyone still looked amazing. Okay. So here's Candy's post. She replied to this. She said, the only thing for people to know is that you choose to have a separate stylist from the rest of the group. You choose to separate yourself. Do not blame us for that. Stop continuing to put out false narratives, okay? And Latasha, she's kind of like diva, okay? She is the big diva of the group. Let's see what some of these comments say. So Tyon Christian says, people be so quick to shade Candy vocally, but her voice is just as much a staple in that group as anybody else. And if we are honest, because her voice was unique, it helped the group stand out also. It's no difference from Slim from 112. He might not have been the best vocalist in the group to some, however, his voice is what helps set them apart. True. True. So real Bria Miles says her dress was giving though. I really love it. If she would have been in the Idol, it would have still looked bomb as the group photo. Nene Leaks, I guess she's commenting, whatever that means. Yeah, groups do go through so much. R&B, like they're lucky they're even still together, but they've been through some tumultuous times. This group. There's been a lot of cattiness through the years. Drop down into my comments, Naughty Crew. Let me know what you think about this. And the rumors are saying like they're breaking up, but this group is very interactive, like because they're all well, I know Candy is booked and busy or whatever, so she can't be around for every single show. And so they switch it out. Sometimes they perform as 3, sometimes they perform as 4. But I think it's some great things to still come for Escape. Like I'm looking forward to a movie about their lives and how they came together. Hopefully we'll get that soon. But Candy doesn't need the group. They had to practically beg her to come back. Because Candy got she writes all over the place. She got the Shy she's got the restaurants and everything. Candy is booked and busy. Okay. She does not need to do the hard work of touring anymore if she doesn't want to. So I wanted to present that to my Naughty Crew. Please drop down into my comments and let me know what y'all think. Love. Okay. All right, up next, I'm gonna do this Catch Me Outside chick. They're accusing her of blackfishing. She has recently changed her look. I mean, what a drastic difference. For those of you who know, this is the girl that went on Dr. Phil and was acting really ratchet, okay? And she kept speaking to the audience like, catch me outside, catch me outside. Shout out to Flawless BBW for dropping this footage. They're saying that she's a culture vulture and blackfishing. I think she is. Very much so. I think she is. There's no comments here. It's a bunch of likes. I'm gonna add a comment. Can't spell. And this girl, she'll do anything to troll. But I mean, she's had statements out there because Dr. Phil sent her to what I think it was like the Turnabout Ranch or something like that. And she's saying it was all type of mistreatments there. And she tried to blow up the Dr. Phil show for that or whatever. But let me know what y'all think about this. Hold on, here's another article. The Shade Room also posted it. I mean, what's your end goal? It looks like this girl has so much plastic surgery. She doesn't even look like her original self. And you see the hips? That means big booty coming next, okay? So EJ King says, hold on, let me make sure my mic's on. Yeah. EJ King says, the way I thought this was Danny Lee, I'm confused. Did she change race as she got rich? Hazel E says, I'll never forgive y'all for making her famous and giving her enough money to attempt to turn into a black woman. Hazel E, shut up, because you a colorist too. Sean Bug says, thank God I'm a black woman. We really are the blueprint that inspires so many. Exactly. People always want to be us. Always want to be us. Don't want to give us the credit for setting the trends. They do the same thing with the Kardashians. As soon as they come out with braids, oh, they started the trend. Braids have been around for centuries, decades, millennia. And because the Kardashian does it, they started the trend. Get out of here. Y'all drop down into my comments, Naughty Crew. Let me know. Do y'all think she's blackfishing? I think she is, very much so. I think she is. Oh, I want to highlight Winter. Now, I did because I remember Winter when she was on the Bad Girls Club, okay? And she has done a lot of work on herself to grow. And I'm really proud of her. Like, I don't want to always show like the bad shit, okay? But what I didn't
Guys, I wrote a song and I haven't done this in a while. So here we go. A lot on my plate. I cannot waste no time now. He texts on the way. He's hitting my bed now, lights out. I finish and say, what you got planned for right now? It's always the same. I push him away. He calls the next day and says, you ain't shit, but you a real one. He don't know that I'm healing. My heart cold, I can't feel him. Don't know trust and I can't feel love, but I'm working on my spirit. Sorry if he feel it, cause baby he look good, but I need a real nigga. Ease him off the pressure, baby, give me just a minute, yeah.
I think this is dope. I like her sound. Winter, I want you to win. I really do. Now, Winter, she's done great things. Like she's an author. She has many books published and everything, and she does her social media thing. She trolls the baddies because she cannot stand Natalie. Okay, I can't either, and I want her to get her own show so she can shut Natalie down. I'm over Natalie. I really am. Yeah, it looks like the comments are good. So Bad B Ali said, "Oh, I f with this." Yeah, I think it's a good sound for her. Yeah, so it looks like people are liking it. It says, "Is this song out? If so, where can I go to get it?" I think it's dope. Yeah, so she's dope, okay? And she also she comes out and she talks about like her regrets for getting the BBL and everything and the different health issues that she has been through. What you see is what you get with Winter, and that's what I like about her. I did not like her on the show because she was on there with Dream Doll, and they were just bullies. They picked the weakest girl in the house, and she regrets it. She has gone on and talked about how that reputation followed her. Drop down into my comments, Naughty Crew. Let me know what you think. But these are the stories that I wanted to bring to my Naughty Crew. I wanted to get you guys' thoughts. I appreciate you all joining me. But now it's time for me to log into my other job, my full-time job, or whatever. But please leave comments, hit that like, and please subscribe if you are not subscribed. Share my content on your different social media platforms. That's all I have for you today. Until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One.